Frustrated, but just getting everything to line up. Basically, these are my supports that I made. Painted them black. I had to bend that one because I didn't have enough area to drill into, so those have some self-tapping screws holding them in. Basically, I'm going to set the bottom in first and then the top. I put all my little terminals on. Basically, how it's just gonna look. I'm gonna run my wire, the ground wire, to right here. I just sanded that down so that I get some bare metal. I'm gonna loom these wires together, tuck them down. I left a lot of extra on there. I want to not have to worry about if something happens. I'll have some more to work with. There's also a support right here that goes this way in there. I need to notch out a lot of that so I have room for my fan, but it doesn't really support much, to tell you the truth. How it looks installed. That's my ground wire, my power wire. I'm just gonna tape the end of that for now. I wanted these disconnections, quick connection, whatever you want to call it. That way, if I need to work on something, I can pull that apart. Getting to that ground is a pain, though. I'll tell you that. I'm gonna tape this up until I'm ready to have it installed. But I use these little Allen head button head bolts. I like how those look. Hopefully you can see down there. I don't know how dark that is, but nice and clean. Sits centered. I just need to notch this out. This sits on this side. I don't have a ton of room in there, but I still want it to support it. I mean, I think it just supports make sure your grill doesn't sag, even though there's a lot of structure there. But I'll put it back in. It's semi-warm today. I think it's 40 degrees. So I'm out here. I'm actually pulling my heater out today. For one, it hasn't been working lately. So I unhooked the hoses. I already pulled the inside out the other day. I don't know if I showed you guys that, but I just kind of looped this hose around. I didn't want to bother finding a plug. So that's how it is. I had to put a stupid little piece of rubber there to protect that fuel line that's barely hanging off for dear life. This is how the fan hooked up the other day. I think I filmed it, but it was really dark. I like how it's mounted. It's really solid. So I'm going to pull this heater out and make a little template and just kind of cover that roughly for now. Eventually I'm going to shave all that and then hopefully have like a vintage air heater or something and maybe have my hoses run out this way and run to the water pump just to keep it nice and clean. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to run my wires and my PCM underneath my seat and run my hose, all my electrical really far down there and run it up the tranny kind of. I feel like that'd be a cleaner look than if I run it up on the firewall. It's like I'd probably have to dump out somewhere in here. You're gonna see all that, I think. So that's kind of a debate I'm having right now. I kind of hooked it up to mount it right here, the fuse block and PCM right there. But this heater box is actually going to take up quite a bit of space. The vintage air one is still going to stick out to about here, I think. It says 10 by 10. I got to watch out for this. I think 10 by 10 tall and 6 deep or something. So kind of dealing with that issue right now. I kind of set all my wires to mount it right here. I left a lot of extra. So I think I can mount my PCM up underneath here. Still have pretty good access. But I wanted my fuse block out and open. The fuse block's about almost 5 inches tall. So I don't know. I could have it right here, but if I laid it on its back, it's going to be a pain to get to. So I don't know if I want to separate those and have my PCM mounted underneath there. You don't really need to get to your PCM, you know. and then maybe mount my fuse block in here and have a little smaller section. So eventually I'm gonna have 2 fuse blocks. I'm gonna have a I can only have 3 relays in each one, which kind of sucks, but because right now I have one for the harness, fuel pump, and the fan all on one fuse block, but eventually I want 2 relays to the headlights, and then if I end up doing airbags, I want to have a relay going to my compressor. So that's what I'm dealing with right now. I'll show you guys. This is how I was going to mount it. I got this piece of aluminum, $3, which is pretty cool. Piece of aluminum, I was going to mount the PCM right here. I actually cut out the old mounting piece. I was just going to screw it to this aluminum. I was going to have the PCM there, which is the bottom piece, and the tack module mounted to the other side to have it all real clean. But I might end up just mounting these 2 underneath the seat, which I don't think would be an issue. Just run my wires under my carpet and then have something to protect them, and then maybe mount my fuse blocks different. So that's what I'm trying to decide today. Here is my dang, stuff everywhere. There's my intake. I blocked this off. I don't have power brakes. Put this little nipple on it. It's vacuum, so it shouldn't blow any of those off. And then I plugged this, which was my PCV valve. Blocked this, which is my other PCV intake from my passenger side. I like plastic welded that shit. I think that went to some kind of emissions, and then I blocked this off. So I bought these little breathers that are gonna go on top of my PCV valve in the back, and then I'm gonna bend the flange up on this side. The guy that did my PCM, he said they run those breathers all the time on these LS engines. So to me, I hated how all those extra hoses look. So this should be fairly clean. I just have my MAF going up here. Eventually this is all coming out anyway. I hate how these truck intakes look. I'll probably go with the Holley high rise or something. I like the mid, but I don't like how the runners look. I want to find out. I mean, my truck's not going to be high performance or anything, so I don't know if I want the high rise or the mid rise or not, but we'll see. I don't want to lose. I don't know. Up high in the RPM range doesn't matter to me as much as the lower torque really does. So that's what I look like right now. Alright, haven't really filmed in a while. I know I say that every time, but busy. I don't know. Here's my wiring harness in the back of my truck. I need to test fit that for the last time. So basically this is what I did today. I had to weld on this is the bottom of your cowl vent, so I had to weld on that bracket and this bracket. Basically I made, sorry, it's hard to maneuver in here. So basically I made a mount for my piece. Sorry guys, this footage sucks. Alright, try to steady this camera a little bit better. I made this aluminum bracket. It's going to mount like that. Like that. My PCM's here on the back side. Inside there will be my tack module. I'm gonna end up running 2 fuse blocks out of here. I might try to just run my whole wiring harness out of here eventually. One fuse block has all my stuff for my LS engine. The other one will have my 2 headlight relays that I'm gonna put in down the road. So I went ahead and just made another spot for it, even though I don't have a fuse block for it yet. I'm gonna use the same fuse block. I kind of like those. I use the, sorry, I should just throw these little bolts in and hold that up, but my wiring is gonna run back towards the firewall, and hopefully I can get it to wrap around and down and kind of tuck behind this whole thing. I kind of wanted it tight. I don't even like how much it hangs down now, but whatever, the heater hung down, so got used to it. I wanted to leave a big space over here for I'm gonna get one of those vintage air heaters, heater defrost setups, and put it over here. It says they're like 10 by 10 by 7 or something. I feel like I always need extra room, so I want to leave plenty of space over here. I think the middle divider is basically how far it's going to come over, so I want to leave a little space. So that mounts up pretty good. Happy about it. Scratched the holy crap out of this side. I tried to use the Dremel just to clean up a corner, and it caught. I knew I shouldn't have used it, so whatever. It's the price you pay. Down the road, I'm not using any of this. The radio's not being used, and neither is the heater controls. I think I'm gonna mount those up in here, up in the glove box. I might actually just try to cut the backs of those off and give me a lot more space. I still use my ashtray, but I want these showing, but they're just for show. They're not really functional. But I want to test that radio because I don't think the radio in the long bed is working. So if this one works, I'll switch those out. So this has been a process, building this box out of aluminum, kind of bending it all myself. I don't have a metal brake or anything, which would be awesome if anyone wants to send me one. I'd be really excited about it because bending all these, and I bent these and welded them up just to give it a little more reinforcement. It's pretty sturdy, but that PCM actually weighs a little bit, so that's what we're looking like right now. So I need to I was making some templates. I need to mount this. This is a later model brake switch. Does your reverse lights, I think, up here, and then this controls your torque converter solenoid or something. It's part of the new computer. So down the road, I'll end up welding all that up. I don't know if I showed you guys all this. I kind of tried to clean up some wiring, pull the heater out, just put some makeshift templates in there for now. The battery's going to the back. Try to clean out some wiring. This is my amazing engine. If anyone wants to buy a top flight 305, best of the best engine. So that's the electric fan mounted up. So trying to get a couple things done. It's kind of warm. I don't know. I'm not freezing to death, but it's cold.